Should you invest into stock or property? Welcome back to my channel, beautiful people. I got asked these questions quite a lot of times over the course of my investing journey. If this is the first time you have landed upon my channel, my name is Ewan and I am a full-time investor. I invest in both stock and property. Now, to answer that question, I think it is best that I share my personal experience and conclusion that I get. I first started out investing into the stock market more than 2 decades ago, and when I was in my early 20s. I thought I knew investing until my whole trading account got burned when I jumped into trading using CFD, where it was supposed to give me leverage on my stock trading. Painful lesson, but it was a blessing in disguise too, as it then forces me to focus on my property investment. I stopped stock investing completely after that painful incident and focused solely in learning the ropes of property investing. It was a long yet interesting journey. My property investment took on a quantum leap when I joined as a property agent in order to understand the property market and sentiment better. Not only that, I also emerged as the top selling agents for both the sub-sales and the new project. And I'm thankful that all the losses I have incurred on my stock trading via CFD back then was all gained back plus lots more of profit. Thank you, my good Lord. So property investing has been a rewarding experience for me. Along the way though, I did encounter setbacks too, but I did not let that stop me. I continued to persevere in improving my knowledge in property investing. I even completed my diploma in real estate, where my knowledge on property got even better. Fast forward to now, I have been investing into the property market for more than 15 years, and I started to get back into stock investing about 3 years ago, that is in year 2020, when almost I think more than half of the global population was forced to be confined within our own home sweet home in the battle against the COVID outbreak. All my property work got into a complete halt back then. That's when my interest in stock investing got rekindled. I'm very blessed to buy into Tesla stock, and how this stock has helped to about 4 to 5 times my returns on it. I also started to hone on my craft in stock investing, started learning how to do technical analysis, reading chart patterns, doing fundamental analysis on a stock, and reading the market sentiments. Along the way, I learned the most on those field trades. Every trade upon execution, I would always do a post-mortem to see what was right and what went wrong, and how I could have improvised on the trade the next time. The past 3 years of continuous honing on my craft has indeed paid off. Now I am no longer fearful when I bought into a stock and the stock moves down in prices, as long as I see that the pattern and analysis I have for that trade is still intact. The main difference between property investing versus stock investing, in my opinion, are property investing is a slow and steady investment. Once you get in at the right price, right property, right location, you only need time for the market to eventually realize the property true value and for the property to appreciate in its price. I have bought many no money down properties, reconditioned them and rent them out, and some I get to sell it even only after 1 year later, when the property market sentiment improve and the true value of the property being reflected on its market value. I recall I bought a no money down townhouse at around Ringgit Malaysia 230,000 and sold it 1 year later at Ringgit Malaysia 330. I made a 100k profit, or about 43.47% profit within a year. I also bought another no money down landed property at around 150k and sold it 5 years later at 250k and netted another 100k profit over the span of about 5 years. So over the course of my investing journey, I have flipped many properties, both landed and high-rise. The peak period was when I flipped 3 units of high-rise within 1 year, and I intentionally kept it not more than 3 units in order to avoid being labeled as a property trader, where I might risk to get taxed as a business income instead of capital gain. So as you could see now, profit from property is steady and not volatile, but it needs time for it to slowly but surely give it to you. And it also involves more work. Managing tenants, reconditioning the property, working with contractors, etc. Whereas when it comes to the stock market, it is highly volatile, but is exactly due to its volatile nature, it gives us, the swing trader, the opportunity to take good advantage of it and trade along with the volatility. We could easily garner a 50% profit from a stock trade in a matter of days, or easily made a stock profit of RM100K over days or weeks. But the same cannot be done with property investing. But it is also due to the volatile nature of the stock market. If we do not manage our emotions and psychology well, we tend to make the mistake of the masses, where we tend to FOMO in to buy a stock when the stock surged in prices and got stuck back holding this stock when the big guys decided to distribute and crash the stock prices. And when the big guys or the market maker decided to crash the stock prices down lower, we often got fearful and exit from our trade, to only see few days later or sometimes weeks later, the same badly beaten down stock surge back up higher in its prices, and we felt like punching ourselves with gritted teeth. If all this sounds familiar to you, but if it makes you feel any better, I would say with 100% conviction that all, and I mean all stock traders or investors, have had been through the same emotional swings, until if some of us have finally truly learned and mastered the art of chart reading. And also, knowing the importance of doing position sizing does help in avoiding one failed trade to wipe out our whole trading account. To me, after having so-called learned the rope of both, that is property investing and stock investing, I've realized that mastering property investing is slightly easier as compared to mastering stock investing or trading. Though property investing is slightly easier to master, nevertheless, it still needs time element for the property to appreciate to its true value and less liquid too. So it is best to start investing into property early, when you still have plenty of years to leverage upon the bank's money. Stock trading, on the other hand, though much harder to master, but once you do that, it is very rewarding. And imagine having the Brazil stock market and the US stock market both as your playground, where you could do treasure hunting every day. Every day becomes an exciting and rewarding for you. The only thing you need to bear in mind is you may soon, like me, having to start wearing glasses due to the longer screen time looking at the chart. And now that our daughter has turned 18 years old this year, I also encourages her to learn both the property and stock investing skill. Start young so that you have plenty of time to fail early and get back on your feet stronger after that, and finish beautifully and victoriously when you reach your mid-age or thereafter. Learning how to invest is no longer an option if you want to truly live a better life that is inherently our birthright, in my humble opinion. I've now come to the end of my sharing for today. Hope my sharings today did help to provide some insights into the difference between property investing and stock investing. If you are someone who is passionate about investment, then my advice is to learn up both. Of course, if you need to choose an easier one with less emotional roller coaster rides, then that would be property investing. If you have found value in my sharing, do smash onto the like button to let me know, and comment below if you prefer stock investing or property investing or both. Bye, and I shall see you again in my next video. Do remember, you are greatly blessed, highly favored, and deeply loved by the good Lord. Bye.